I will be known as the tattoo medium, and I will reach the unreachable through the
Mm.
tattoo. I say this all the time. As psychic mediums, I think we're not just sent here to talk to your loved ones or your past loved ones. We're sent here to help your soul grow. This is the part of psychic medium stuff that the world doesn't see. The emotional crying, the sitting there wondering if you did enough for your sitter. Like, she wouldn't leave, and she kept crying, and she kept saying to me, she's like, "You're the only connection I have to him." That's another etiquette thing, another responsibility thing. Like, if we're gonna send someone out here feeling like worse than they came, worse than they got here, then that's not our job. I think this moment is the moment that I feel most like myself. Like, I always felt like I was someone different before, or I was pretending to be someone different.
Yeah.
Like, giving the persona of the tattoo medium. But like, all of a sudden now I'm just like, I have this like newfound confidence in
Do you want to talk about how spirit is leading your tattooing?
spirit-led tattoos. I did this.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Sleeping Lotus Podcast. I'm Laura Jean,
I'm Stephanie.
and we're curious if you know what tattooing and mediumship might have in common. Well, today our guest has just that. He is the owner of the Total Commitment Tattooing in Johnstown, PA. We want to welcome Frank Sandoval Jr., who is known as the Tattoo Medium. Welcome, Frank.
Hi, Frank.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Happy to
Our
have
pleasure.
you.
Thanks.
Excited.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think I've ever come across someone who's a tattoo artist and is also a medium. This is the first for me.
It's pretty unique from what I'm told. I know I think there are fewer out there. I mean, there has to be, because like
Mhm.
art and tattooing has been, or like spiritual and tattoo has been around since like before caveman. You used to go to your shaman tattoo artist and have like this big spiritual moment where it's kind of the same thing. So, I mean, it's been around forever. It just kind of like is the new school version now. Like, you're just coming to my shop and getting the whole spiritual side of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm excited to dive into what that looks like for not only your guests, but for you as well. Um, so I know there was a moment in time where it wasn't like you kind of just decided to be known as the tattoo medium. There was a very specific way you were told that this was how you were going to be known from there on. Do you
Yes.
want to start at that point?
Absolutely. Age 32, I had a severe third eye headache. I really didn't like, I wasn't really spiritual at the time. I had a little bit of a spiritual upbringing, but nothing like I am now. And I had a real bad headache, went into like deep, deep sleep. I became lucid in a dream. And in the dream, I walked to the edge of this cliff, and a ball of light started talking to me. When I say talking, it didn't have a mouth. It would grow. So it would be like, it would tell me something. It would get bigger and softer and bigger and softer and more brilliant blue and softer blue as it would talk. And it told me to jump. And I was like, no effing way, I'm gonna fall. Like, it's literally a canyon. And he said, jump. And I was like, no. And after what I would guess to be about 35 minutes, I decided, I was like, well, this thing's not going to let me not jump. So I jumped, but I did not fall. I kind of just hovered there, and it said, from this point on, you do as we say, and as we say, you do. And it basically said, I'll be taken care of. I'll have more than abundance. And I will be known as the tattoo medium, and I will reach the unreachable through the
Hmm.
tattoo. So, meaning that, like, because I see all walks of life, I see like the soccer mom, and then I see the 300-pound biker. So it's like I see every walk of life in here. Um, and that was the unreach the unreachable. At least I think that's what they were saying. Um, and then they went on to do a few more things, and they basically told me that I need to trust in them. And trust was the hardest lesson for me as a medium, to trust what spirit is telling me. Because even now, I'm still in my brain. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, am I really getting this? So it's like, I just had to trust. And yesterday was the most trustful I've been with somebody. And it was just like, it just like came out of me. Like, I didn't even know I was saying
Yeah.
half the time. So it was just like one of those things.
So this happened at 32, you said, right?
Yep.
And how old are you now?
47.
47. Wow. Okay. So it's been quite some time that you got that message
Yeah.
and have been, working on this and
Yeah.
with communication. Did that communication go further back?
In dreams. So
Mm,
like so somebody's grandmother would come to me in a dream, and then I would just kind of sit and talk to them in the dream. It was
mhm,
like the most wild dreams ever. And then I would see somebody the next day and I would relay the message. If I remembered the dream, like I remembered the dream, or if I remembered, I think that was just like they were like bringing me up into like what I would become through
mhm.
the dream state. Yeah,
Did that feel safe to you at that time?
always. I've
Yeah.
never felt threatened by spirit. And I'm a firm believer if you go looking for dark spirit, you're going to find dark spirit. If you keep your vibration higher, you're going to find higher vibrational spirits. If you go in looking like ghost hunting and scary stuff, you're going
Hmm.
to lower your vibration. You're going to find some scary stuff.
Mhm.
It's just like everything in life. You are the key. You're the vibration that lets everything in.
Yep. And you
Yep.
also have a choice. There's always that choice.
Yeah.
Choices, even if you don't make a choice, that's a choice. You're choosing not to make a choice.
Yeah. It is a choice. Yeah. I never thought of it that way.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then there's the
absolutely.
yin and yang in life, and we need one so we understand the other. And you
Yep.
can't have just one because then that wouldn't leave us the choices either that we have. So,
Yep.
Yeah. Now, you said, in your work, you have everything from the soccer mom to the biker.
Yep.
That's a very wide range of people to empathize with
Yeah.
and to hold that space for the emotions that are going to come through in that reading. Do you feel that anything earlier on in life kind of helped prepare you for that sort of work?
1000%. I was extremely bullied all through, like from kindergarten to probably seventh grade, and even a little bit after that by a few people. But it kind of made me feel like the constant bullying, like it's such a horrible thing for these like everyone. I sympathize so much with bullies now, but like or like the kids that are getting bullied and just getting bullied and then like coming around full circle and realizing, okay, that was just a small part of my life, but it also gave me a tough skin. Not saying that they still don't hurt. Like people comment on my posts time to time and they'll call me a con artist and a scam and
Mm,
like um how can you do this to people? Like how are you getting like how can you claim you're getting spiritual messages and tattoo
mm,
people? I'm like, this is what I'm being told. This is literally it. So like, yeah, I sit there and I'm like, oh, this, it does hurt. It does hurt. But I just kind of like hit the delete button or the hide button and just kind of let it go away. Like I don't really, and now I have other people behind the scenes that help me feed through there. Sometimes I don't even see them, but
mm.
every once in a while, my fiance, she'll be like, "Hey, did you see that comment someone posted today right before I'm ready to fall asleep?" I'm like, "What are you doing to me?" I'm like, "Let me like you could have told me in the morning when I didn't have to think about this all night." But so she doesn't do that too much anymore, but she used to do it all the time.
hmm yeah, sadly, that comes with the territory, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it even more so because when you're online, obviously you're reaching a larger audience.
Yep. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's gonna get bigger for me. I feel like the 7 years that I took off ish, but apparently I was still reading that whole time because I've had people come in here and be like, "Oh, you read me 3 years ago."
Mhm.
I didn't realize I was, I guess. I kind of just had like a time lapse of time that went away. But I think that like now, like how big everything's getting and how fast it's growing, I feel like I needed that to prepare myself for like all these like attacks against me. And to be honest with you, like I know it's coming. So I know it's
Yeah,
coming.
Yeah.
It's time to grow and become
yeah, you're
the
building a
the
tough
tattoo medium.
skin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is also making
absolutely.
me like unemotional, like in other senses too. Like I'm just like, oh well, I'll get over it. Like it's just whatever. But I still I am a girl dad too. Well, I'm not all I have a son now too, but I'm also like that like cuddly, like I'm like, oh, okay, it's okay. Like when my kids get bullied or something, I'm like, it's okay, it's okay. Like you're
Yeah.
fine. Like you'll get over it. Like you'll be better before you're married. That whole thing everyone always said.
Yeah, it does come with the territory. Even when we were starting this podcast, Stephanie and I had a conversation about what we know can come with the
Yeah.
territory of launching online. Um, but and I even watched a video, I think just yesterday. So it's funny that we're talking about it, of just like if you're going to grow, you're going to see both energies happen.
Yep.
It's just natural in terms
Yeah.
of that.
It's
But like
growing
right now,
pains, but I think you need a little bit of time to, prepare for all of that because it can be vicious too.
yeah.
And sometimes they're not even real people.
Yeah.
They're bots.
The
So
bots,
then,
yeah.
you
Something
know,
happened to me, which was crazy the other day on TikTok. I had a message from a guy from a troll account. And he said to me, and I quote, I always use this as my troll account and I just bust people's balls. He's like, but I absolutely love what you're doing and I love your videos. So I just want to say from a troll that I absolutely appreciate what you're doing. And I was like, what the hell just happened to me? Like, is this real life? Like, so like he likes my stuff all the time and like shares it and like all kinds of
mhm,
stuff. I was like I
mhm.
never in a million years. I think I needed that. Like because
Well,
somebody the day before
weren't you
commented,
told that you're going to reach the
"Huh."
unreachable?
I was just kind of shocked. I was like, wow, like this happen? Like, how
Yeah,
does this happen? But yeah, they're not, sometimes they're just robots, like the AI
yeah,
robots, like somebody programs them to do that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
now AI on Facebook and TikTok, they're using AI to delete the comments before they're
Hmm.
even being seen.
Mm.
So I don't even know. Like it asked me yesterday, would you like to automatically delete comments like this in the future?
Right.
I told
Yeah.
it no because I want to see them so I can just kind of filter out who is
I
watching my
did the
stuff.
same on YouTube just because I don't know how it works yet, and I'm afraid they're going to filter out like really good
Yeah.
ones because
Yep.
we don't know with this technology and what their true intent is. Um, but they're even looking for the bots because
Yeah.
I looked up, you know, creating a new account and stuff and how they're handling new accounts, but like you being a multiple user of accounts. So hopefully that's getting better. But I love that story that that person shared that with you.
Yeah. It took me back. I come into work and I was like, you're not gonna believe what I just like this guy just said to me. It's like that was funny.
Yeah. So I would love to kind of have you take us on this journey with you of what does it look like when you're getting a communication, or what does it sound like? Like try to give us that sensory experience if you can.
I noticed recently, like all of my senses are now starting to come in. Like I had a little bit of trouble with smell for a while, but now my clear senses is it's in. So, but basically, for me, I know like when I sit down and I start reading, my hairs will stand up. Like the hairs on my arms will stand up. I'll feel like this connection. If my eyes are shut, which I when I do my group readings or private readings, I usually shut my eyes and I'll see like this like energy and it's just like twisted and like colorful and it's just like I know I'm connected. Like it's time to connect. I feel the connection. I hear them. I'll hear like plain as day sometimes. Like I'm just like, holy man, it was that clear. And I'll have the clear not clear audio, I can't remember what it's called now. But
Clairvoyance,
clairvoyance,
maybe,
yes.
is that what it
I have
is?
the
Yeah.
I so I have that. I have the clear cognizance. I think the clear cognizance is the one we talk about the least in psychic world, but I also think that is the most like powerful one. That's the power of just knowing. Like when I sit down and my gut tells me something, I'm like, wait, so like I just know. I don't know how I know or
Mhm.
why I know, but I just know. And that's one of the ones that, like, for instance, yesterday I had a girl come in, didn't know I was a tattoo medium. She started talking to me about the medium, and it just kind of like I could hear her friend as plain as day talking to me. Like he was friend zoned by her,
Hmm.
and he really liked her as more than a friend and he came through with some very stuff that only she and him would know. And it was just like I could hear him talking. I'm actually giggling as I'm reading because he's stuff he's telling me. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I can say this. I just don't know if I can say it. But I'm just like chatting away. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna say what he's saying because he wants me to say it this way. And she's like, oh my God, that's so him. That's so him. That's 100% him. And it just kind of works. I hear them, I see them, feel them. I had a guy come in, like a spirit come in and sit on my new couch. He just sat there waited for me for his turn to chat. And like it's not like I see him like I see you or everyone else, but it's just I see him, I feel him, I can describe what he looks like, but like it's just it's like a whole like different dimensional feeling.
Yeah. Is it one of those things that they're around all the time, or do you get a break?
So I thought I could shut it off, and they're doing good at shutting it off. But like yesterday, walking through Walmart, it was like attack of like spiritual zone. Like I
Mm,
was just walking by and I'm like, dad, mom, sister, cousin, best friend. And as I'm walking through the store, I'm like, oh boy, this is not going to be good because I thought that it would just like go away when I didn't want it to. But now I'm like, okay, guys, like you got to back this off. I have stuff I got to get done that's not spirit related. Like you can come help me later. Because
Mhm.
in my nature, I love to help people. I love people. So like if I see someone that I know is struggling, I want to walk up to them. I want to be like, hey, your mom's saying this, like you're gonna get through it. Like you're gonna sell your house. You're gonna get that new job. Like but like we like etiquette, you can't just walk up to somebody and touch them on the shoulder without their knowledge because like of who I am. But
mhm,
I because I don't want to invade their space, but at the same time, everyone wants to invade like all my spirit side, everyone wants to invade that space because everyone I feel like a spirit normally has a message to say to somebody. Even if that message is just, hey, I'm okay.
Mhm.
mhm. Yeah, and I guess you really don't know if you're invading their space until you ask them.
Yeah.
Right? So
I mean,
that's
you
just
kind of just have
information
to
too.
ask. I'm like I also do for street photography and I like to not ask. Like street photography is supposed to be candid.
Hmm.
But then when I ask, I get the greatest portrait, like the most real life, but I also lose the candidness of humanity. So it's like a constant teeter-totter of like, what do I do? Do I do the candid stuff, which is actually beautiful, or
Hmm.
get the still life that is gorgeous? So it's like you get constant teeter-totter in life.
Yeah. Mm. Now, at what time did tattooing come in your life?
I started tattooing in 2007, so I'm coming up on 20 years, and I was an airbrush artist, and there's not a whole lot of money in airbrush, especially in my area. The vinyl sign cutter pretty much killed that industry. As soon as everyone could start making their own vinyl signs and lettering, it was
Hmm.
over. And so I started talking to the guy who used to do my tattoos, and he's like, hey man, you're a really good artist. If you'd like to learn, I'd like to teach you. And I was like, cool, man, I'll buy all my stuff. I'm ready to learn. Bought all my stuff, went back down to the shop, and he had it closed. And I was like, now what do I do? I have like all this stuff to do, all this stuff I used or have, and I never tattooed anybody. So I just had my stuff bought. And I went home and I was like, man, what do I do? I searched for an apprenticeship after apprenticeship, shop to shop to shop, and not one person would give me a shot. Not
Mhm.
one. In fact, one of the local shops who I credit with most of my tattooing style and the way I tattoo with like super high contrast color is well, I also do black and gray too, but like the color stuff that I'm more known for in this area. He told me like the one day he's like, "Ain't you an airbrush artist? Aren't you, like why does everything look flat?" And
Mm.
I was like literally like hurt. Like I looked up to him and I was like, I walked out, sat in my car, and I had like a little tear in my eye.
Mhm.
I was like, boy, did you just light a fire?
Mhm.
Did you just light a fire under my ass? Because like it's go time now. So I went home. I started like 2007, YouTube was not a thing. Like it was a thing kind of, but like it's not like now. Like you could not find tattoo videos that taught you every single thing you have to know. Now we have people teaching tattooing on YouTube for the monetization of it, like just to make money because of the likes and views. So like I had to learn this stuff the old-fashioned hard way. Like I am
Mhm.
like grinding away on pumpkins. I'm like using oranges and everything else I possibly could. I called the Red Cross. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna tattoo. Like, how do I get my bloodborne pathogen certification? How do I not give someone an infection? Like, what do I do if this happens?" Like, so I'm like searching for 6 months of the best way to like set this whole thing up. And after about 6 months of it, my my good friend was my neighbor, and we were all drinking around the fire, and he was pretty drunk, and I was like kind of buzzed. And he's like, "Hey man, I want a tattoo." And I was like, he's like, "But I want to try it myself." And I was like, "Let's go." I had this stuff in my house. And we went down my house, and I started to tattoo him. So this is almost 20 years ago. It's still not finished. It's still not finished. It's on his leg. It's like a money sign or something. But it was wild. That first time in skin, like my heart was like boom, 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 boom,
Hmm.
boom, boom. Like, but I think what it was is just because of that journey from like self-taught is like way more appreciative
Mhm.
for myself than me learning from somebody, picking up somebody else's all their bad habits, and just like where now I've taught probably 10 tattooers how to tattoo. So
Yeah,
like I have
because
like,
you're by being going solo in that area,
mhm,
you're yourself now. You
yep,
you have your own style and your own technique, and it
yep,
wasn't influenced by outside sources or, another artist. And I have to say that for anyone who's thinking about tattooing, you can start off with the skins, you can start off that way,
yeah,
but you don't know when you're ready to sit down with the skin, there's still that nervousness there because you have to know how much pressure, and you have to figure
yep,
out like exactly where the more sensitive or the harder areas are. Like, it takes a lot of practice, skill, and patience, of course, but you have to trust in yourself.
yeah, absolutely
So there's a
100%.
lot of learning there.
And then you have to worry about people moving, like as they're getting tattooed, moving,
Mhm.
and like pigment of skin, so lighter skin versus darker
Yes.
skin, like that's a big one
Yep.
right now. A lot of people don't understand that whole like tattoo ink is transparent. You can't like if you have a 5% window tint and I'm trying to tattoo on here, you're not going to see that color. Like it's just not going to work. The
Right.
lighter the
Yeah.
lighter the tint, the more you're going to see the color because you're going to tattoo under that color pigment.
Right. Yeah. I love the
Yeah.
color. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I started out doing a lot of color because I was an airbrush artist.
Hmm.
So like that is my like the first like 10 years of my career, like everything looked airbrushed. Like I had that like kind of airbrush feel to everything. And then I started like 2 years ago doing like a lot of black and gray. So now I do a lot of black and gray. But within
Mm-hmm.
the last few months, I've noticed like a lot of people are requesting color again, what's kind of shocking me. So I'm like kind of going through these cycles of like black and gray color, black and gray color, black and gray
Right.
color.
Yeah. So you're getting
Glitter,
experience in all of it. Glitter.
glitter
Okay.
tattoos are like
I
my
need to
big
go
thing
get a
now.
glitter tattoo. All right.
Yeah.
All it is the procedure, the way you do it. It's just dots. It's literally just dots, like a bazillion dots. You're just like tick, 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 tick.
Or
Glitter
I
tattoos, and then they do patchwork tattoos, which actually looks like stitches.
Yeah. I
mm,
I
have
love
seen
those. I
those.
love the glitter. Um, the guys that were on the other side of the shop make fun of me for liking glitter. I love glitter.
Oh, I need
Okay,
to go get a glitter
so
tattoo. I had no
I've
idea.
followed some artists that specialize with the glitter
yeah,
tattoos. They're
he's
pretty
making fun of
cool.
me for doing glitter, and I said to him, I was like, Mike, I was like, it's not glitter for me. My family's Mexican. It's called flake. Like, so that's because my family, we come like my dad's Mexican. I was like, so the Mexican culture loves their lowriders. I love lowriders. I'm a car guy, like through and through,
Mhm.
and car truck guy, and I love glitter and I love flake. Like the more candy paint, the deeper that paint job looks, the better it is for me.
Mhm.
Mm. Now, did these two worlds of spirit and tattooing ever clash? Or did you ever have a darker period where perhaps there was a struggle with this gift?
I think there is always a struggle for me with tattoos versus readings. I always think that because I'm at the point now where I could probably just do readings and be just fine financially, be fine like everything like that. The creative side of me is the problem because I want to create everything. So like
Mm-hmm.
I want to work with that. So like, but there's also that time that I want to just sit down and not read somebody. So I'm just like, okay, I want to just tattoo today. Okay, but I have to do this reading. And then I'll hear like I don't have a reading scheduled to tattoo and read. And then I'm like, oh crap. Now somebody's grandfather is talking to me in my ear. So then I have to be like, oh, so like I used to be like, when I would start tattooing and I would hear spirit, and I would be like, do you ever watch that Long Island Medium lady? Like, and if they said yes, and if I would wait for a second, and if she said they'd be like, oh, I love that show. I'm like, great, because your grandfather's here and he wants to tell you this. And then their face would be like, because like half the town didn't even know I was medium. Half like they didn't know I was medium at all until I like really started pushing it out there. And like, you know, 9 years ago, Facebook and YouTube and all that was a thing, but it wasn't like TikTok today. Like it's
Hmm.
huge and everything grows so fast virally and just goes. So
Now,
it's constantly clashing.
do you see a lot of local people?
Yes, a lot of local people, which is hard for me. Not for saying like local is in like the local people that come to me that I don't know, like I don't know them consistently. Like I have a family right now who had a couple murders in their
Hmm,
like group, like a brother and a sister. Why I know the story, I know what happened. I just watch the news. It's kind of like a juror, like I'm a juror. Like I can't be tainted, but I'm
right.
tainted by the information that I already know. So
Mhm.
even if like they sit down with me and like the brother comes through and starts chatting with me, I'm always going to question my brain. Like I'm going to question, am I getting something or am I just remembering something that I might have
Right.
heard?
Yeah. And
So
I
then
think
I,
that's very, very common for mediums to go through that.
yeah.
And
So
for
I
a
just
long time.
So I just always recommend like, hey, if I know you, like there are plenty of mediums out there that I can recommend even that like, I would be like, hey, go see this person. They don't know you. I know you.
Right.
I'm never gonna trust what spirit's telling me because like I know too much.
Right.
Hmm.
I was just in a group reading and I was sitting there and I was talking to a lady and then all of a sudden I was like, well, what? Like I was getting stuff, but it wasn't enough. And then I was like, I said to her, like, can you just give me the first name of the spirit on the other side? And she said her name. And I was like, I know you. And I was like, I know you. And she's like, I know you know me. And she was like, my brother actually dated her daughter. So I was like, I can't read you. I know too much. So
Hmm.
what happened in that situation, the spirit came through, her daughter came through and started talking about stuff in the house that her brother was doing so that they can confirm that it was her. So that we didn't talk about what happened. We didn't talk about the past. We talked about the present day and how the brother is interacting, how he's walking around playing guitar and like
Hmm.
their interactions. And he wants this new truck, and she told me what the truck was, and like blah blah blah. So the spirit still got their point across enough, but it wasn't like my normal reading would have been with somebody I didn't know.
Hmm.
Mm.
So now, and I know people struggle a lot with emotions through life experiences that they have. And, obviously they need healing. Do you feel that there's customers brought to you because they may be struggling through some of that emotional experience that they had, not necessarily the passing of someone, but maybe even more than that, and that maybe the tattoos is kind of a doorway that opens up and allows them to begin that path of healing?
I 100% believe that too. Like I say this all the time, as psychic mediums, I think we're not just sent here to talk to your loved ones or your past loved ones. We're sent here to help your soul grow. So, for instance, I tattoo at Steel City Con and a bunch of other Comic Cons, and there was a girl there, and she was talking to me, and you could see her face, like she just had a lot of anxiety, a lot of like she couldn't like make herself do what she wanted to do. So she's like, "Hey, I want to get Corey Taylor's autograph." And Corey Taylor is the lead singer for Slipknot, and she was standing there. She's like, as she's talking to me, Corey Taylor is standing like 30 feet away from her. And she turns and she looks, she's like, oh my God, he's right there. And I looked at her and I said, this is like intervention here, or like divine intervention here. Like if you don't act on this, you're going to regret what you're
Hmm.
not going to do. So
Hmm.
she's like, her face just got like, it like went white. And I was like, listen, take a deep breath, walk down to him and say, hey, I'm at the tattoo booth. Would you consider tattooing me? So I told her to tell Corey Taylor that, hey, can you just tattoo the autograph on you and I'll teach him how to do it real quick. So she went down and she told Corey, and he said, He's like, no effing way am I doing that. I'll give you an infection or you'll die and I'll get sued and all this stuff. So Corey Taylor, I pop out of the booth and I looked at him and I was like, hey, you're only going to regret what you don't do. I was like, this is the one opportunity you're going to have the tattoo. Like, who knows whenever. And he's like, I can't tattoo, but I'll tell you what, I'll come down to the booth and I'll sign her name. I'll sign my name on her arm right now.
And then
And you
you
could just tattoo it right in front of me. And
Mhm.
I was like, that's cool as hell. So he said that to her and signed her name and she sat down and he told me I was effing nuts. He's like, you're effing nuts, dude. He's like, I don't know where you come from or how you make people do things like this, but he's like, you're effing nuts. Because he knew that I was the one pushing her to come down and talk to him. And
Mhm.
he's like, you're effing nuts. Like I was like, your soul is meant to do things. And then whenever we get like we don't do it, like it's like then we get like all that regret and like all that stuff. And I don't think like life was meant to be regretful. Like I watched a very good thing the other day on I don't know what it was, but it was talking about anxiety and how anxiety is actually your soul and your vibrational way to tell you something good's coming. So
Mhm.
like once you
Mm.
realize that anxiety, like she had so much anxiety, she's like you could see it in her face, like she's just looking around, like that is the good coming to you.
Mhm.
Like that's the good part. Like that
Mhm.
is what's happening. So I started looking at anxiety like that too. Like I had like a little bit of anxiety just before I sat down here. I'm like, something's good's coming. I'm just gonna let it go. Something's good coming. It's gonna come out of this. Like it's gonna go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger for all of us. And
So
I
and
just
I so you touch a lot of lives through what you do. That's a big responsibility.
very big. And sometimes I just want to get crazy.
Finding that balance, that's
Yeah.
daily practice.
Yeah.
But the it's this is a very profound way to help people. I mean, they get to display your art on, a part of their body as well, as long as like beginning this healing journey. With all the messages that you've delivered, do you remember one that has had a huge impact on you that maybe has actually changed your life because of it?
There was one that I kind of sticks out all the time. And I was reading for a guy who was very skeptical, but I was not reading for him. This is whenever I just read everyone and sat down. And I was sitting in the chair tattooed and I got punched in the nose by spirit. Like I felt my head go back like this. And I looked at him and I said, did you and your dad get in a fight before he died? And he said, yes. And I said to him, I was like, because I can hear him. And he told me he punched him, you broke his nose. And he was like, oh my God. And he's like freaking out. And he's like, you know what? I never. So the dad told me that he had his son had his heart, meaning that it was a bad heart. Like it was going to have a heart attack. He was going to have a heart attack. So he was telling me,
Mm.
like, you need to get checked, like, take care of yourself. That's what it's trying to tell me.
Right.
But that wasn't the important message. The important message was families that don't talk to each other is absolutely ridiculous. Like, make it make it work. Like you
Right.
don't have to talk all the time. You don't have to be best friends. But like when you go years or like whatever without talking to your family, it blows my mind. Like it's like, do you
Mm.
realize you only have so much time here? And you're worried about something like, oh, somebody took grandma's Bible. Like,
Right.
who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? Like they fight over money, they fight over this, they fight over like the most meaningless stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like families do it all the time. And that was like that thing. He's like, I wish I could take back and talk to my dad the way
Right.
it was before he died.
Mm.
So like I just think for me, like that's one of the big things I always take. Like I just read for a lady, she didn't talk to her son now for 7 years. And she has grandkids to him. And in the reading that came up. And I was like, she's like, maybe he'll see this and see that I'm really trying and blah blah blah. And like, I hope
Mm.
so too. But like her mother said, don't hold your breath because he's not gonna reach out either. So but yeah, so that's the one thing. I think families and like close friends, they fight over the most stupid stuff. Like,
Right. But
just
they
get
don't
over
see
it.
it from your perspective.
Yeah.
And I think this may be our reward for doing what we do in a sense, because we're learning some very valuable life lessons through the
Yeah.
readings and talking with these people and seeing the changes of what they're going through, and then having a reading it changes their life, and some of them stand out so strongly you'll never forget them. I mean, I still remember readings I've done 25, 30 years ago of a very specific person, and to this day I can tell you every single detail because it had such an impact on my life.
I had a lady like years ago. This was another one, and I don't remember the details, but I remember her sitting in the chair in my tattoo in the studio, and like the reading normally lasts like 45 minutes to an hour, and she wouldn't leave, and she kept crying, and she kept saying to me, she's like, "You're the only connection I have to him." And it
Mhm.
was her son. He had
Mhm.
drowned, and he was
Mm.
little. So she was like, "You're the only connection I have." I come out and I was like, clear the rest of my schedule. Like, just move everyone back. Don't clear it, but move everyone back an hour and a half. Like, I got to get her settled to
Right.
where she can like leave, because I feel like it as like that's another etiquette thing, another responsibility
Yes.
thing. Like, if we're gonna send someone out of here feeling like worse than they came, worse than they
Right.
got here, then
Mm.
that's not our job. Like, if you leave
No.
here like happy and like you have some closure, then that's one thing. Like, yeah, go ahead and leave, have your cry in your car. But when
Mhm.
they're crying directly to you, you can't just be like, okay, it's time to leave. Your time's up. Like, so
Yeah, right.
then you
Mhm.
have to like kind of let that whole thing go and like, hey, I have another appointment. It's time to cry out there. Like, you
Yeah.
can't really do that.
Mm.
You got to like kind of just take the good with the bad. And like at the end of these readings, I did a video the other day where it was the first day in the new shop. And I was just like shaking with energy. Like, it was so much energy. And I'm like, I had to, like, I cried it out. Like, I just sat in a chair and I'm like, I did a little video. You could tell I was crying. I didn't cry on camera, but I was like, this is the part of psychic medium stuff that the world doesn't see.
Mm.
Like, the emotional crying, the sitting there wondering if you did enough for your sitter. Like, that's the stuff that you don't see. Like, you just see the stuff on TikTok where it's like, oh, like Grandpa got to talk to you. Like, that's awesome. But like, you don't see the part where I'm releasing that energy at the end of the
Right.
night. And sometimes I do 5 or 6 readings a day, back to back to back to back to back. So then I'm like carrying all that energy around that whole day. And then by the time I go home, I'm exhausted. And then I just want to sit on my chair. But I also have kids I gotta play with and take care of at the end of the day. So like my moods are going like, okay, I just gotta sit here, cry this out, go home,
Mhm.
move on, tomorrow repeat.
Mhm.
It just repeat again, repeat again. So what I've been doing is like I'll try to do like my readings one day and then I'll have like a tattoo only day. And then readings and tattoo. But now I'm starting to notice people are starting to realize I'm doing this that didn't schedule for the reading. And they're like, hey, can you read me? I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's try this out.
Yeah, you'll probably need to make some adjustments along the way as
Yeah.
your audience changes and your customers, because you're also growing and learning through this too.
Oh yeah.
Have, do
Mm.
you, are you, I know you're in a good place right now, but would you like to share a little bit about your spirit guide? I just, it's, it's just, this is so cool. So would you mind sharing?
No, not at all. My spirit guide is actually 13 years old. I met him for the first time when I was 16. And I was sitting there with my high school girlfriend on her couch, and I saw him run behind me. Like, I felt him, and I turned around and looked at him, and he went running from bedroom to bedroom, and he was carrying a fishbowl, and the water was splashing everywhere. And I was like, I looked at her, I said, "What the hell was that?" She had no clue. She could not see it. So I was like, that was like a kid. He was like 13, carried a fishbowl. He had like a striped shirt on, suspenders, and like brown pants, and looked like to be about from the 30s. So after talking, to him and trying to get like who he was, he told me he died of cancer in the 30s or 20s or something like that.
Mm.
And his name is Timothy. Now he's also 13. So I carry a lot of that 13-year-old like playfulness and like youth and puberty and like
Mhm.
all that stuff. Like, I want to buy shit when I shouldn't be buying stuff. Like, I'm just like, oh, I can do that. Like, let's just do it.
I mean,
Like,
I can
I want to
relate.
snack and like I'm looking at a new truck right now. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't need this truck. And then the problem is I visualize myself like manifestation driving that truck.
Mhm.
So I've already set the course. Like, it's already
Right.
there. Like,
Yeah. Now
I
you just
know I'm
have
probably
to
gonna have this
wait.
truck next week. And I'm like, can I afford it? And then I hear Timothy go, you can afford it. Go ahead. You got this.
Oh,
We'll get it for you. We'll get it
and
for you. You'll be good. Just keep pushing forward. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm like, Timothy, like, you really want to lead me down this path? And then my fiance would be like, I don't know. What's Timothy telling you? Like that kind of
and don't
thing.
you have a section in the studio that you have toys?
My whole other side of the shop that's not like my spiritual side is full. It's a comic book store. Like, not a comic book store, but it's full of Funko Pops and comic books and
Okay.
statues and
Hmm.
like all that stuff. And that's because I love the idea of Marvel, DC, Toy Story, Disney. I feel like I have everyone come in here and they're like, when I come in here, it reminds me of my youth.
Right.
And
No.
I think if all the healing that we have as adults or all the stuff that happened to us as kids is what made us like the bullying for
Yes.
me. It's what made me
Yeah.
this version of me. So I just think that like funness of that other side. I don't really miss it on the other side. I like my quiet time over here now. I was gonna work both sides back and forth, but now I'm just thinking, do I really want to set up two sections? Like I'd have to have two full sections of tattoo chairs and all this stuff. So I'm like, do I really want to set that up? Like, or do I just want to tattoo over here? Because I'm starting to get to the point where people don't want non-readings. They want tattoos and readings. So it's like
Mhm.
Mm.
eventually I might only be doing tattoos with readings. Because
Yeah.
I like right now somebody messaged me from TikTok from Texas and that's like a 4 hour plane ride.
Mm.
So they're trying to set this up to come up here and get this reading with her and her husband in tattoo reading. And I'm just like, oh my, this is where my anxiety happens. I'm like, oh my gosh, like what if they fly the whole way up here and my guides decide to take a break? Like what if they're having a bad day that day? And I'm like, and then I'm just like, well, I just have to make it known, like you may not get the reading. Like there may be, like even though it's small, I can name 4 times, no, actually probably name 2 times that my readings didn't work. Like it
I think
just
if you're
didn't,
honest with people up front, they
yeah,
appreciate that.
Hmm.
But yeah, you'll just need to make some adjustments as your business
yeah.
expands and you grow. Yeah, you'll make those adjustments.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like I said, I just have to tell them like, hey, like, there's not a guarantee that you're going to get read. Like, it's just
Mhm.
not like
Mhm.
99% chance you 100% or not 100%, 99% chance you are going to get something or read, but my guides haven't let me down yet. And that's with
Right.
everything. Like, even whenever I took my little bit of break, I told my guys, like, I want to build a house. Like, I want this family life, but I can't build the house and focus on the medium stuff because the medium stuff consumes me
Yes.
Yeah.
consumes me.
Yeah.
Like it's like I used to say it's like like walking by spirit. Like when my
Mhm.
feet hit the ground in the morning, I'm not just me. I'm like me and like every single spirit behind me.
An entourage. Yes.
So like it's me
Yeah.
and like that. So when I walk by light. I
Hmm.
walk my every footstep I take is not just me taking it. It's every single spirit that's been behind me for the last
Yeah.
eons, however long it's been, however many spirits I'm pulling behind me.
Now I'm curious that very few times that they didn't get a reading, like what was going on? Was it more having to do with what was going on in your world, or was it more that it had to do with them?
So the one time I was questioning this whole reading stuff because I am the most skeptical psychic you'll ever meet. Like I'm literally just like, how is this shit possible? Like there's no way this is possible. Like I'm just sitting here and all of a sudden I want a salami sandwich because this grandpa wants one. Like so, and in my brain I'm like, this cannot be real. Like how
Mhm.
can something from another world talk to me? So then I'm skeptical. I'm like, well, maybe I'm just reading their memories. Like maybe I'm just connecting to their memories and I'm just like going on and on. And my guides are like, no, no. Like I'm in my brain. I'm like, no, no, you're not. Like you're not reading this. Like you're not reading memories. So one day a lady come in and she's sitting there and I'm like, I shut my eyes and I'm like, I was like, so your husband's telling me he died in a fire. He's sitting there holding a coffee cup that he normally would drink of with a broken handle and nothing. I tried so hard for like 45 minutes of reading this person and I was like, oh my God, it left me. Like I'm all of a sudden waiting for like spirit to just like be like, oh hey, you're on your own. But so then I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I'm so sorry, I don't know what's going on. This usually doesn't happen to me. My guides are never wrong, spirit's never wrong for me. And I hear the door ding in my shop, and this lady walked in, and she's like, hey, I'm looking to get a tattoo. And I like brought my head up, and I looked at her, I go, did your husband die in a fire, didn't he? And she's like, so this is one of those moments I did not take the etiquette. Like I didn't like do the whole like psychic etiquette stuff. And I was like, she's like, yeah, do you know? How do you know? And I was like, well, he says he's okay. He's drinking his coffee out of a coffee mug that has a broken handle. So he's holding it like
Mm.
the side and the handle's broke. She's like, oh my God, how do you know this? And I was like, I'm a psychic medium. I was like, he showed up 45 minutes before you got here. to tell me all this stuff. And that's when I realized that I was not reading memories, because I think the guides had to do that to me to prove, because I am very scientific, very scientific, skeptical. So like, I think they had to show me that whole, like, you're not reading memories. Like, this spirit showed up 45 minutes prior to relay these messages to you, because they needed to prove to me that it was not memory reading, or like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. I left that day and I was like, I guess you guys are gonna teach me and guide me this entire way. Like, it's like
Yes, they
every day I'm
are.
learning something new. Like
We're
every day I'm learning
students.
something new. Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
seeing
Old
different colors.
students.
Like I see and hear auras. Like, I'm like, the girls yesterday wanted me to tell them what their auras were. And I was like, you're this color, you're this color. And she's like, I don't really see myself as that color. I'm like, it's not what you see yourself as. It's what I'm telling you you are. And if I can't see the aura, I'll say, Timothy, what's the color of aura? And he'll tell me the color. And I was like, I told her, I was like, you're blue, but you're not a light blue, you're not a dark blue, you're a mid-tone blue. And she's like, she's talking to me and she's like, she's telling me that she's like been working on opening her third eye. And she's like, she wants to do this kind of stuff, but she wants to do it the slow way and try to like gradually get her soul like to grow with
Mhm.
it, not like just like open a TikTok shop and call it a day.
Right, right.
And I was like, well, this is your color. And she's like, what does it mean? I'm like, I have no clue. I don't know what the colors mean. I just know what I see. I don't have time to research the colors. And she's like, let me look it up. So she's like, oh my God. It says that I have the potential to be a psychic medium, that my third eye is starting to activate. And then she goes on, she's like, my friend, it says something about like, I'm the one that holds my friends together and all that stuff. She's like, this is so me. And she's looking at me like, how did I know this? I'm like, it's your color, like it's your vibrational tone. And then her friend, I said the same thing to her friend. I was like, this is your color. She looked it up. She's like, oh my goodness, that's so me too. And I'm like, yep, I'm just the way I see you.
Mhm, mhm. So you're teaching
It's
too.
powerful.
I've actually been thinking about teaching more.
Mm,
Like, I feel drawn to teaching, but not teaching like so much like my age, but like teenagers.
mhm.
Like, I don't know. I have this like this weird like pull towards that, like, and that's maybe because that's where I started to notice everything, like spiritually. But like, you have that gray area with teenagers and like stuff you say, and like you say you have to be careful. I'm like, I'd have to have like somebody in here with me that's not like me to like
Right.
kind of monitor and like stuff like that. But I've always been pulled to teach. Always. I've always felt like I've been a teacher in some way,
Mhm.
like always. So kids, my 5-year-old and my 3-year-old, we try to meditate with her. I tried to do Reiki on him the other day. He laid there for like a split second. He laid down, he shut his eyes, and I'm like, okay, get ready. And I'm like, take a deep breath. He goes, and then he rolled off and took off running. I was like, okay, Reiki's good for you today. But he wants a ghost hunt. He's been telling me he's been seeing things for the past few days. So I was like, he'll come in and he'll be like, he'll look around, he'll point, like he'll go like that. And I'm like, is there something over there? He's like, I'm like, is there, or you just don't want to go to bed? I'm like, what is, like, is there something really over there? But yeah.
So
So yeah, I think good.
is Smithy happy with the surroundings now where you conduct the work? Is he happy that you have the two rooms and like does he give you feedback on your decor? I mean, I'm loving the Buddha statue over here, and I know you have this beautiful plant. You can kind of see it in the mirror behind you there,
Oh yeah.
but it takes up the entire window, the plant rack. So you
Yeah.
have this filled with plants. Do you ever get any feedback from Timothy on your decorating skills or the way that the shop is setting up? Do you ever hear from him?
I I think I built, actually, I don't think I know. I built this the way he would feel most relaxed.
Mm,
But I
Mm,
also feel like the other side is like his playful side, where
right.
like he could go play and like do all kinds of stuff, and then like
Mm,
just like this side he's like just zoned out and he's just like normal. So
mhm,
not that I can't read over there, but it's just very like
mhm,
distracting and very like we're funny when the four of us are over there. It is a riot. People like come here, I think, just for the experience. Like,
mhm,
it's intense over there. And that's what they were afraid of over there. My one artist, she's like, I think you're gonna break the group up. She's like, I think you're gonna break the group up. I think you're gonna go off and do this tattoo medium stuff, and then we're gonna lose that like that luster that is like the total
mm,
commitment crew. Like, because we are funny. In fact,
Mm.
for my 20th anniversary of tattooing, I think I'm going to get roasted. We're going to put a whole roast on because I like all these like this group of people like that I tattoo with has been with me for at least 14 years.
Wow.
So, um, and Mike has been like the one that started with me, and I asked him the other day, I was like, "Would you roast me if I put on a charity roast?" He's like, he laughed. He's like, "Dude," he's like, "I don't know if you want me to." I was like, Everything I've done is public knowledge. Like, there's nothing that I've done that I'm ashamed of.
Hmm.
Everything was a learning curve.
Hmm.
Like, I learned from it. I moved on. Do I still make mistakes? Absolutely. Do I still do crazy stuff? Absolutely. That's okay. Like, I'm moving on. I'm learning. And he's like, I'm down for it. I was like, good. So then I called my other friend who used to run the shop with me. He used to work my desk. And I was like, hey, will you roast me and host? Would you be my host? And he's like, "Are you serious?" I think we can make a bunch of money for charity by roasting me because like you either love me or hate me. Like there's very few in between. Like people love me or hate me. And I was like, I think this roast would do a lot of money, would bring a lot of money in for like local charities.
Hmm. Hmm.
And like already I posted it on my Facebook and it went nuts. Like it was like 400 or like 300 comments deep and it was just like it kept going and I'm like, okay, so then this has to be set up. So that's another thing my fiance has to do. I was like, go set this up. Like go make this all work. Like find
Hmm.
everyone to do it and like she does everything behind the scenes. Like everything, like messages people. She came in early to make sure my computer was set up for this. Like got everything set up so I can click the link and just go. Apparently she forgot my
Nice.
audio, but
That's nice though.
yeah. She messaged dudes on my emailing, everything. So behind the
Yeah.
scenes is all her. And she gets it dumped on her. Like, I don't think when I told her I was coming back as the tattoo medium, I don't think she realized just how big the tattoo medium is.
Hmm.
And because like she looked at me the other day, she's like, I answer 7 to 8 people in like a couple hours span emails, and there's like 12 more waiting that are
Mm.
just coming in. And that's like not including our like 250 log backlog of messages that I have to like I keep telling her it's like scan to the very beginning, just tell them the shop's open, that we're ready to start scheduling for stuff. And then when they respond back, then just get them back in the loop and just kind of keep
Hmm.
going. But it's also
Yeah.
hard because you're working with, you're trying to do all this, she's trying to do all this emailing, plus do the stay-at-home mom stuff, which is like 17 of my jobs. Like, I don't think stay-at-home moms or the stay-at-home dads get enough credit. Like, but typically it's a stay-at-home mom, but like there's 15 jobs she does every day, like the cooking, the laundry, the dishes, the taking care of the dog, taking care of the cat, taking care of the kids, make sure like now, like yesterday, she had to run her stepdaughter to practice. She's like doing this and doing that. I'm like, you don't like, so like it's me here, but it's the team behind me too, like the other
Yes.
tattooers and like her and like all that kind of stuff just has to work together. And I can tell you this much, when it doesn't, I'm a mess. Like I am
Mm.
Yeah.
literally a mess.
Yeah. You
Like
needed to
I
be a
can't like
well-oiled machine, and
this
that.
morning I left. I threw I threw my book back or I threw my phone off to this couch. I was like, you know what? I was like, I need a break. I just need 5 minutes to think right now. And I was like, because what happened was I was mad at the dog for stealing my shoe. Like he hid my shoe somewhere. Like I have a chocolate lab, and he just like he'll take the shoe, he'll take whatever he wants, and like he tries to give it to people. Like that's his nature because he's a duck dog. Like they're hunting,
Hmm.
like they duck
Hmm.
hunt.
Mhm.
So he's constantly carrying something around in his mouth to give it to somebody. It's just his nature. And I'm like, where is my shoe? And she's like, we'll find it. And I'm like running late at this point. I'm like, I am running late. I was like, I just throw my Crocs on and I'm out the door. I was like, I'll just wear Crocs today. It's fine.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's finding that adaptability
Yeah.
through times like that. That'll be really helpful for you as you grow and grow and grow. Because the demand does get even big, like even bigger and bigger. And hopefully, when you need it, when that time comes that you need another assistant to help you out, someone will walk into your life, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Well,
Um,
that's like my last apprentice that I had just had. I hired 5 years ago. I was outside mowing grass. And I was like, man, I really want to do this like family thing more, spend more time with family. And I was sitting there talking to Timmy as I'm driving my lawnmower, and I was like, I need another apprentice. And I went in the house and I said to Kylie, I was like, hey, I was like, I think I'm gonna get another apprentice because like I just want to take some more time with myself and the family and the kids before it's too late. And she's like, well, it's funny you said that because this girl just messaged and said that she was interested in maybe having an apprenticeship with you. And I was like, message her back. It's fate. It's supposed to be this way. So then I messaged her. She came in and she's been here for almost 6 years now.
Wow.
Wow. That's awesome. Yeah. I know you have some big plans. Like I know you are into photography as you said and into video and at some point you were even in talks for TV and they actually told you that they thought the world wasn't ready for you. And I'm wondering if now you're coming to this point where the world's opening up to you and you're growing.
I I think what it was is when I did the what they call the sizzle. So the producers showed up, TV crews showed up, they did all the filming. It was phenomenal. Producers crying, film crews crying, microphone people were crying. And they took it back to New York City where they were doing like the pre-scanning for all the upcoming reality shows. And I talked to the guy, and he's like, I'm gonna tell you right now, he's like, everyone in that room was crying. There was not a dry eye. So I waited. I was like, okay, this is great. We're getting a tattoo medium reality show. It's gonna be great. Like it's this what they told me in that dream was also about the reality show that I would have a reality show. Like this would be like my life from now on. And I had said to them and or he had said to me that there was not a dry eye in that room. They were all crying, like blah blah blah. And then like 3 or 4 days later, I got a phone call and he said, hey, he's like the guys in the boardroom said that America wasn't ready for you. And I was like, what? And he's like, don't take it personally. He's like, these rich guys, they sit around this like CEO boardroom and they decide for America what America is going to consume.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, if that would have been a bunch of like women CEOs, I think this would have went a whole different direction. He's like, but because they were like male and they were masculine and they're like they have that strongness, it did not work. But now I'm starting to notice that spirituality is more masculine. Like there's more of a masculine feel for spirituality. Like I
Mm-hmm.
still think it's like women led the way, and I think women lead the way in a lot of things. But I think that now like women had to lead the way so that masculinity could come out and be like, okay, I'm now spiritual. Like I have so many men messaging me, and I have a hard time reading men. Let me rephrase that. He just told me to rephrase it. Um, he said, I used to have a hard time reading men. So I was like, sometimes he'll catch me and say that, but I was like, he's like, no, 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 you don't have a hard time reading men. You used to have a hard time reading men. And I think that's because Timothy is 13, and you know how 13-year-old boys get around like men. They're like, okay, so like, but like now, like he said, used to. So I used to have a hard time reading men. So apparently now I can read men no problem. So, but but even at that, like I think that I don't necessarily think that America wasn't ready for me. I think that I wasn't ready for America
Yeah.
because I suck with fame and like popularity. I get like real like even now I go places and people just recognize my viral TikTok and they're like, "Oh my God, you're that guy from TikTok." I was in Pittsburgh and walking around in like outside Pittsburgh and they're like, "Are you that guy from TikTok that did the reading on that girl?" I'm like, "Yep." And then they're taking pictures with me. So it's like this whole like I know it's like small, but like I'm like that's really crazy. Like to think that this it's me. Like what did I do? Like I'm just me. Like I'm a tattooer that talks to dead people, which I don't even think I like to call them dead people because I think they're more alive than we are.
I've said
I
that.
really do. I've always thought
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I probably would have been a train
Really.
wreck. I probably would have spent a lot of money on cars and
Mm-hmm.
multi-yes,
It
all
comes
that.
in the timing that I think that it's needed. Um, I definitely can relate to that in terms of me attempting to get into Hollywood with acting and things like that. I think if it would have happened at the age that I had started, it would have been way overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I think there's something about being, after in our 30s and then we hit our 40s and life has this new just look about it and understanding. And we have so much more understanding about ourselves and how we move in the world and how we
Yeah.
function. And so I wouldn't be surprised, or I'm not surprised that you are where you are at this age. and you're getting that, you know, you're getting that recognition from online now that you're putting yourself out there. Um, so yeah, I mean,
I love I love lighting. I love video. I love cameras. I love like the aspect of cameras, but normally I'm behind the camera.
mm-hmm.
Like, so I'm the one filming. I'm the one doing all the lighting and changing lighting. And I was so upset that I forgot my lighting from my background here. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to tell her to bring my color lights. And I'm like running around the shop looking. But like, I want to say like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I was scared to sit and talk to somebody like this.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden it just like kind of clicked. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to start doing TikTok videos and I'm going to start talking on YouTube and I'm going to start just whatever I feel. If you hate it, you hate it. Scroll by. It's not a big deal. But like all of a sudden now I'm just like I have this like newfound confidence. And I think with confidence is like is what a psychic needs because I think
Mm-hmm.
confidence equals belief. Like it's like this, they collide. Confidence and
Yes.
belief collide. And with those two things, you just need that like confidence to read. And now with this, with what's going on, like you said, it's all coming full circle now. It's like, okay, it's ready to go. Like I'm ready to do this. Let's do YouTube. Let's do Tattoo Medium YouTube channel. Let's
Mm-hmm.
see. Let's film it. Let's see. I put that on my fiance's shoulders too. I was like, so I told her this morning we were watching reality TV. I was like, I want you to sit here and watch this show and see how they're filming it. Like see how they're moving around. Like watch the aspect of the lighting change. And like now she's not an artistic person. So I'm trying to like teach her to do like artistic things.
Yes.
But I'm also watching the show and I'm like, it was the new Orange County Choppers release for the 2026 season. And the camera guys or whoever's filming is like shaking and moving around. I'm like, oh my God, I would be like, why aren't they adding stabilizers to that? And like, why isn't this like, what is going on? Like, why are they filming like that? And I'm like, maybe it's supposed to give it that reality feel, but it made me
Yeah.
sick. It made me dizzy. Like, I was like, I couldn't even stand there to watch it because it was like all of a sudden this would shake and this would shake. I'm like, what are they
Mm-hmm.
doing? Like, this cannot be that low budget. Like,
Mm.
are they filming it
No,
with,
it's a style. It's a style that I've seen come into movies and even television. And I think they do think that it gives that realistic experience with you in the show, but it's very off-putting
I think I noticed it
for
on SVU
watching.
too. I
Mm-hmm.
was watching that. They were like zooming over his shoulder and then as they're like, they don't take that like, like that slow walk back. They just kind of walk back and like you
Mm-hmm.
can see the footprints of the camera. Well, these cameras, like even my camera that I shoot photography with, has like stabilizers in it. Like it's designed to be stable. Now we're like spent all this money on technology to make these cameras stable, and we're just like, oh, we don't need to be stable anymore. Let's just shake everything back up. Let's make it look like it's
Yeah.
8 millimeter again. It's just
Yeah.
like it blows my mind. So like I
Yeah.
told her, I was like, listen, like if you film like this, it's gonna be okay. Like it's
Right.
gonna be okay. Like it's still gonna be viewed. People are still gonna see it. That's basically what I was telling her. It's still gonna be okay. Like if you get up and you walk and I film with DJI um Pocket 3. So they're small enough for her. She can carry them around. They're just like minis, like little camera, like it looks like a drone
Yeah.
camera. It's like you can just walk around and just do you. It already has a little gimbal on it, so it's not gonna be too shaky. But it's in the camera, the film, like the quality is great. It's like 4K. So I mean, just do what you got to do. If you we'll edit as we go. Like we'll make it
Mm-hmm.
work.
Yeah. So maybe here soon we'll be seeing your own television show eventually, if that's your goal.
I do
Now,
think actually, I know that's coming. I know
yeah,
it's coming. I'm just like I'm starting to get the whole like how am I going to react to this? Like how am I going to be like because I am like
yeah.
that. I have that
Because
like
it,
oh shit moment. Like I'm like oh shit. Like now I have to do this. I always
right.
have that like feeling like oh my gosh, now I like when I came back as the medium, the tattoo medium, I was like, oh shit, now I got to do this. I was just a tattooer. Why can't I just be a tattooer? Like why do I need to
Yeah.
do all this other stuff?
Does spirit then step in and kind of try to soothe your worry a little bit? Or is
Like
it like you're human, you have to deal with this?
no, they always soothe me.
Good.
Like in a way like a pep talk, almost like a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Like with everything, like buying the house, like even building my brand new house. They're like, I'm like, I don't know if I can afford this. Like, what am I doing? Like, like I'll hear Timothy go. You're going to be fine. We'll just increase your income. We'll increase the abundance that you have coming in to make
Yeah.
up for all this. Just like the new truck that I'm looking at that I should not be buying, but I know it's going to be sitting out in the parking lot here in a few weeks. And me and my son are like, he's 3, so like me and him have this like father son bonding, and we look at trucks all night and like, should I get this one? He's like, yeah, get the blue one. And then like this morning, he's like, no, get the red one. So like we sit and he's like, he wants to go test drive it with me. So, but it's just like one of those things. I'm like, can I do this? Like,
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in manifestation, firm believer in it. Make it happen. Make everything kind of moves around. You just have to understand how it moves around to make it work.
Mhm.
Even my coworkers one time, she was talking to me and she's like, I don't know how you function. She's like, because there'll be days that I'm like, I don't want to work tomorrow. And then I'll have no messages. And then I'll be like, man, I need work tomorrow. And then all of a sudden I'll have like a bunch of messages. She's like, how do you make that happen? I'm like, I basically just tell Timothy, like, hey, find me people to tattoo. Like, go out and like put it in their brain that they want to tattoo. Like, make them see an ad or something on Facebook. And then like just kind of how it happens. Like it's like a constant cycle of energy. It just goes out, comes back, goes out, comes back.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I know that you're stepping into something new with your tattooing, or maybe not new, but you're just doing more of it. Do you want to talk about how spirit is leading your tattooing?
Spirit-led tattoos. Um, I did this one time on the reality show. I did not know if it was going to work. The first reality show, the first time back, whatever, how many years ago it was. The producer asked me to come up with the tattoo that the client, whoever was on the other side, would come through and give to her. And she sat down, and basically what happened was I started just seeing it drawn out in my head. And I just started sketching and pencil and paper at that point. Now we use iPads. So I'm sitting there sketching, and um, I showed it to her, and it was a heart pendant. And she's looking at me and she's like, but it was like the exact heart pendant that he gave her right before he died on her birthday.
Oh,
And
wow.
as I turned her and handed to her, I said, "This is the last present he's ever going to give you." And she goes, "No, no, no. It was the last present." And she pulled it out of her shirt and showed me it. And then so I was like, "Okay, that's cool. Let's try it present day." So I had a lady come in. She's like, "I kind of want to get like I want spirit led to." She didn't know what it was called. She's like, "I kind of just want to like whatever spirit says to draw." So I was like, "Have a seat." So she sat down, and I wasn't gonna film it. And I was like, "You know what? Let's just film it. Like we can post like later and tell everyone what it is." But I sat down, I looked at her, and I said, "So, I think it was her grandfather." I was like, "He's telling me that you are the sunflower." So we started with the sunflower. And then I was like, he's telling me that you also in party situations and family gatherings, you're like the dragonfly. You're over here 1 minute and like you're doing your thing, and then you're over here a minute doing the thing. And then I looked at her and go, and he's like, your grandfather just threw me a set of keys. So he's telling me that you and him had a thing for keys. Like he would do his keys, like he would play with his keys, like all that kind of stuff. And then I heard her grandmother say, tie that key up with the yarn that I used to use. So I said to her, your grandmother's telling me she knitted and blah, blah, blah. And um, from that point on, I was like, listen, I was like, your grandma is telling me you're going through a struggle right now, and it's a big struggle. And I don't want to talk about it on film, but I know it's a big struggle, and you're having a lot of crying time. She said, you have a heart of gold, and you will figure this out. And then I heard her pap say, life isn't always perfect. And I wasn't even going to put that on a tattoo. And I said to her, I was like, life isn't always perfect. And she looked at me and she's like, you know what? Can you add that to the tattoo? And I was like, what? She's like, life isn't always perfect. And I was like, and I said to her, I told her that. And I was like, listen, but he wants you to know life isn't always perfect. That doesn't mean you stay in a situation where you are being mentally or physically abused. Like if you're having an issue, then you need to step away from it. Like
Mhm.
life isn't always perfect because it isn't. Life is not perfect. There are perfect moments in life, but life is not perfect.
Mhm.
So I put that in a tattoo, and like she's like, then we and her were talking and reading, and like I said to her, I was like, I think we need to shut the camera off for what we're going to talk about. I mean, there's a little part in there where I have her shut, like it's sitting on my phone. I have the app on my phone, and I control it with that. And I have gloves on, so I can't touch it. I'm like, just hit that red button, and then we'll have a real conversation. And then that was the thing. I let it kind of just she me and her talked, and it was like a crying fest and like all this stuff, and she
Oh,
was teared up. Like, so like I think like I said, as psychic mediums, our job is not only to connect, it's also to heal, it's also to soul growth. I think soul growth is so important for every one of us. Soul growth. Again, that's the number one thing I think we do, soul growth.
Mhm.
and by that, what do you mean?
So I think all of our souls, we come in here with certain like jobs, certain like things we're good at, certain heartbreak, certain like things that like kick us in the butt. Like the thing with soul growth is like our souls are here, and then like soul growth would just be like educating your soul to the next level, like becoming enlightened. Some would call it enlightenment, some would call it like actually that's all I would know to call it is enlightenment. But to become that like that soul that is like that gives you your soul's purpose.
Yeah,
Like I'm a firm believer in
more
soul growth.
aligned
Yep.
to
Mind, body,
who
soul,
you're
like
supposed to be.
which is like the Holy Trinity, really think about mind, body, soul. When all
Hmm.
three of them work together, like it's insane. Insane what you can do with your with all those three interworking together. Singularity, I think is
More
what they
than
call it.
people know.
I think
Yeah,
it's called singularity. I'm not 100% sure, and I think I heard that somewhere along there. But when your mind, your body, and your soul work together, it's just like manifestation starts taking over. Like you can start sending things out, receiving them back quick. Like, and I think that's where I'm at now because I'll even notice I this sounds absolutely crazy, but I feel like my phone is like reading my mind because I'll just be thinking of stuff. I'll like, and we're vibration, we're frequency. So like,
same.
if I send things out there like frequency wise, but not voice wise, I my phone will just start showing me it like it's like advertisement. Like it's like, oh, here you go, here you go. And I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. But what is it, I would say about that feels so right in this moment to do as your next focus?
I think this moment is the moment that I feel most like myself, if that makes any sense to you. Like I
Hmm.
always felt like I was someone different before, or I was pretending to be someone different.
Yeah.
Like giving the persona of the tattoo medium. Like I was like, oh, I'd go out. I had to be the tattoo medium. Like I had to be that person. So like now I just feel like I am that person. Like it's not like I'm trying.
Hmm.
It's just is. And I'm not afraid to say that anymore. I used to be like real timid, like, oh, I'm psychic. I'm a psychic. Like you just try to hide it so like people aren't like calling you nuts. Like I just am in the moment. Like doesn't matter what happens tomorrow, it doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It's like this moment in time is the important moment. Like I'm not worried about what's happening next. I'm not worried what happened in the past. It's literally the now. And I think that's like I think realizing that the now is what we can control versus trying to worry about all the other stuff that's crazy. Like I'm not worried about the mortgage right now. I'm not worried about like the kids getting out of school in a couple of days. Like it's just the now. And I feel like that's the moment, like whenever I decided to start doing this again and become this person again. And I sit there and I often think, do I promote the tattoo medium or do I just promote myself as my own name? Like, do I have to carry my third eye perspective photography page or do I just carry it as myself? But like I feel like it's better to have like different spots for people to message me for different things and I can keep it in line because trying to do it like all from one page is just
Yeah.
insane.
That's a good
Insane. So
idea.
Yeah. And I think it's good too to have that self-expression that allows you to step away.
yeah.
Like I like to paint, and that helps me to disconnect from everything else, and it brings me into the moment and only into what it is that I'm painting. So I don't think it's a bad thing to have, some things that are separate as an expression of you. And it doesn't mean that you're separated in some unhealed way or
Yeah.
unintegrated way,
Yeah.
if
Like I
if
used
that
to
makes sense.
the first time around I was doing the medium stuff. I was running. I was a runner. I was doing 13 miles, 10 to between 5 and 13 miles like every day. I would run. And that was like my thing. I just did it. I like connected with nature. I would run. I would see the auras of the trees. I would see the plant auras, like bird auras, and like it just like connecting to Mother Earth. And like it was like that was who I was. And then I just stopped. And it was like, so now I for some reason wake up. I used to run at 6 o'clock in the morning every single morning. And now all of a sudden I started waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, so I can go run at 6 o'clock. So now I'm like, are the powers that be like guides saying, hey, fat guy, get up and start running. Like it's time to get moving again. It's time to get that connection that like, because that used to clear my head. Like I would come back from that. Like even my ex-wife, she'd be like, you're being an asshole today. Go run. She would make me go run. She's like, you're having a bad day. Just go run. And like that was like my release was like just that run. Now I don't know if I could run now because my knees hurt like all the time, but like I could walk, I could hike. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm like thinking of things we can do this weekend with the kids and hiking. But like our city has like we were known for like the biggest flood in US history and or the biggest natural disaster before Katrina. And there's something that's called Path of the Flood. And it's like where the flood come off the hillside and it ran down through. Well, they made that a hiking trail. So my kid who is 5 is obsessed with this flood. She's trying to learn everything she can. So I'm like, I got to get her in this tunnel because the flood came through the tunnel, but I guess the tunnel stayed intact. But like the wall of water was 100 feet high in the city.
Wow.
Wow.
Like it was insane that this flood did. And the flood was actually um the big rich people in the town, like this would have been like the Carnegies and like um the Westinghouses, like those kind of names. So it would have been like the Zuckerbergs and the Trumps and the Elon Musk of today would have been in this town. This town was like the richest town in the world at one point because of all the
Hmm.
steel mills. We had so many steel mills. And then like that flood happened and the rich people didn't want to take care of it. So they let all the poor people die on the way down. So
Mm,
it was just like, but there's a hiking trail. Like I used to run it all the time. And now she wants to hike that trail and go run on it. So I think that's what we're doing this
mm,
weekend. As long as it
Hmm.
doesn't rain, we're stuck in a rain pattern.
I know we are,
Oh my goodness.
unfortunately.
It's
Yeah.
so much rain. It's just like nonstop rain anymore.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you're doing just some really beautiful work. I really like that you started off saying that you're reaching this very vast category of people. Because I think that the spiritual community has had their place, but I think that it's also held some things back. And to know that it's going further from the work that you're doing, and I'm sure other people are doing. And like you said, more men are being drawn to certain aspects of the spiritual world and having that connection come back. So, um, if you don't see how powerful the work is that you're doing,
Thanks.
please know that I'm sure Stephanie knows from her experience and just from what I've learned from you today. Like you're definitely doing some immense work, and the fact that you want to keep going and growing and expanding, whether that goes into some sort of journey with film or television or just sharing your videos online, I'm sure you're going to reach a lot of people.
It's
And
the
your
mission.
art is healing, and they
Yeah.
get to live with that message on their body for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. Even the art healing we're gonna do in the studio, like in this section here, we have it's a pretty big spot. My other artist does art. I can't remember what it is. Basically, you paint yourself out of a situation. So like if you had trauma, like you paint that situation and then they talk about it. So I thought that would be a good way to bring that into aspect, like
Mm-hmm.
to let her use the space to do that, like the art trauma and like I can't
mhm.
remember art healing or something I call it. I can't remember what they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She learned that
art
and got all the
therapy,
certifications for that. Art therapy, yes.
art therapy. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I thought that'd be a good way to even read with her, like as she's doing these kind of things and just kind of like bring it all for full circle.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
But I do think the psychic world has been held back for a very long time,
Hmm.
a very long time by whatever you want to say, like the anarchy of society or like the straight and narrow. Like it's like I think that we were just held back and now it's like our time. Like it's the time for growth, for acceptance, for love, it just as a whole. And like I said, this world has a lot of hate, but now I'm
Hmm.
starting to see more love. I used to see a lot of hate, and now I'm starting to really see the love. Like it's starting to like click, like, hey, there is a lot of love here. Like people love and respect and care. Like it's just those few that don't. Like just put those few off to
Yeah.
the side. Let them go do their own thing. Like put them on an island somewhere. Like let them hate all they want.
Mhm.
Like the ones that love and accept. Let's bring them in. Like welcome them in. Come on. Let's go. Let's grow.
Yeah,
Let's grow together.
people want community,
Yeah.
and I think that's being left open for us to shape
Yeah. I do
for
too.
sure.
Yep.
So, these hours always go by so quickly. I want to ask you if there's any last message that you would have to the listeners in terms of spirit, something that maybe spirit might want them to know, or something even you may want them to know that could
Um,
possibly just help them going forward.
the one thing that comes to mind is from spirit is trust yourself. Like believe in yourself, trust yourself. Accept the facts that you have the ability to be better than you were yesterday. Yeah, you're going to
Mm.
have bad days, you're going to have bad minutes, but you have the ability as a spiritual being to become better tomorrow. Like you can hit rock bottom, you can pick yourself back up, you can move forward. And the basic thing is like trust yourself, love yourself. I really believe that the self is where it all starts because you cannot love anyone else if you don't love yourself. And that's the bottom line. Like you just can't. So I think just trusting in spirit, trusting in your intuition, trusting when you know something doesn't feel right, just make it like that. So spirit is oh man, it's so wild. Spirit is like it's like the most crazy thing you can wrap your head around and the most beautiful thing all at the same time. Like it's just wild. Like I want to say spirit is like this great thing, but at the same time, like it's the most crazy thing I've ever like had to do in my life. Like I'm literally sitting here as a grown 45, 47-year-old man talking to what the rest of the world can't see. Like it's like
Yeah.
so I'm sitting here like I'm literally talking to like what I would say was an imaginary friend with information. Like I'm getting all this stuff. So like I said, it's just the most crazy, unbelievable thing that is true, if that makes sense. And it's
Hmm.
it's one of those things that's just like mind blowing. Like, where does this come from? Like, I can't wait to see. But at the same time, I don't want to speed up my time here. But like at the same time, I'm just like I can't wait to see what it is. Like, where's it at? Like, what's it look like?
Right.
Like, are they telling me the truth? Are they all sitting there behind computers and we're playing Sims? Like, what is going on? What is going on over there? But yeah,
Yeah.
trust yourself, believe in yourself, and I even want to say the word hope because I think hope comes to mind like when I'm sitting here listening to my guides. I feel like hope is one of the things like a lot of us lose. Like we
Hmm.
lose hope in ourselves, hope in our family. We get stuck in this rut. Like just hope. Hope something's better. Know
Yeah.
something's better.
Yeah. Perfect. I love that. Stephanie, do you have any questions or anything to add to that?
No, I think I'm okay with you know, it was a great show today, and I really appreciate you taking the time. I know you have a very busy schedule, so I know Laura will agree that we are very grateful for you taking time out of your very busy schedule and joining us today. And
Thanks for having me too. I appreciate it.
yeah, what an amazing story. And still I'm trying to wrap my head around your 13-year-old spirit guide. That's what I'm wrapping my head around. I do not have a 13-year-old, but I'm wondering they say that it's everything in divine order and in divine timing, and
Yeah.
it all serves a purpose, and it's bringing you to that place that you're meant to be so you can do the work that you promised to do. My life definitely would have been different had I had a 13-year-old spirit guide. I know that for a fact. No, mine were more, and I'll be nice. Um, Mine were more, let's just say, authoritative figures. And I
Yeah.
wasn't given very much wiggle time. And it was a constant grind because they were my teachers through the years. So, but I'm looking at you thinking, yours sounds so much more fun than mine was.
He is. He's a riot. Like some days I'll just be sitting here. Okay, so like yesterday I was reading a lady and you can watch the video back. You can see in the video, I was like, so your father-in-law got remarried, huh? And I paused and I laughed. And like I heard the mother-in-law say to that floozy, and I laughed. I laughed. You could see when I got the message. You could see I was like, and then I went like this, and I was like, she's saying to that floozy. So Timothy is sitting here with me laughing his ass off.
I
Like I'm
bet.
just like, oh my God, like this is just like I love that moment where it's like Timothy, the other side, the spirits, they all like interlink and they just make it work. Like it's just like
Mhm.
this constant moment. Like it's like it was fun. It's so much fun. Like I guess you said what is different now to me than what I am was years ago. I think I'm just having fun. Like it's just
Yes.
fun.
Mhm.
Like
Good.
connecting to people is fun now. Like it's just like there are those moments that are tear jerkers and like not so much fun, but like it's fun. Like it's okay to have this moment and this funness in
Yeah.
Yeah.
it.
And I
You
think
you
that's
you will get
alignment.
you
And
will get
Timothy's also
wrapped up.
13, so he loves fun. And that used to
Yeah.
be my slogan with one of my best friends. I'm like one of my best friends that was female. We'd always go out drinking, and she's like, everyone was like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, we just love fun. Like we just love fun. Like it's all days. We just love fun.
That makes a lot of sense though. Your personality, and
Yeah.
obviously your the two rooms that you have, and the toys, the fun
Hmm.
things in one room, and work in this room, but there is a nice balance there.
Yeah. It's basically the yin and yang. It's like the balance,
Hmm.
the balance there.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, where can people find you?
Um, on social media, my TikTok is the tattoo medium. Facebook is the tattoo medium also. Also at Total Commitment Tattooing Facebook page. Um, YouTube is the tattoo medium. And that one's growing pretty fast. And even though I'm not posting on it, it's still growing. It's like almost 700 followers now. And so it's just kind of like doing its thing. Like I'm just like, I'll turn on YouTube. I'll be like, wow, I got more followers. Like where'd these come from? So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm here. I also travel a lot. So I'm getting ready to head to Arizona next month with my team Ink Alliance. We're a Comic-Con team. So the Ink Alliance is scheduled to be in Arizona, and then we come back to Pittsburgh in August, and then I can't remember where it is in October, but we travel with them, and they are like my Ink Alliance team leader, the guy that owns the team. It does not believe in this, so he's very, but
Interesting.
he wants me to be this. And it's because his wife loves it. His wife loves it. She's into like witchcraft and like witches and like happy witches and all that kind of stuff. So like he's like, dude, just do yourself. Like promote the tattoo medium when you travel. Like do this. Like make yourself. In fact, he was part of the second reality team we were doing. They were gonna fly him in to be part of the show because he's like super funny.
Mm.
So, but yeah, so that was gonna be part of the thing. But like now traveling there, traveling there. I'm tattooing in the Cambria County Prison. June 20th, 21st. They put me on death row. So I'll be tattooing in
Wow.
on the death row. Like this, the jail is closed now. It's like a haunted jail.
Hmm.
So they're gonna put me in death row. I'll tattoo in there and read for the whole day. The
Mm.
following day, I go to a haunted house. They're having me tattoo in the house that this person that's running the jail thing is doing. So I'll tattoo there all day. I have stuff scheduled for the whole day there. So like it's just constant like oh my gosh, here I go again, here I go again. Like, and then I'll get like a moment where I'm like, oh, I can breathe. And then like, here I go again, here I go again. It's all over again. That's why I said you could see Timothy coming out at me. Like he's like, it's like what he is.
Mhm.
Sometimes I don't even know if it's him or me speaking. Like I'm just like, there he is. There he goes again.
Yeah. Well, as long as you're enjoying what you're doing and not burning out, then,
Yeah,
you
I do feel like the burnout's coming. Like I feel like it's
know.
coming. So like I'm getting ready to head to Florida in 2 weeks for a vacation, but I'm already trying to figure out how I can work on vacation. So like
Oh.
I'm like, okay, maybe I should post on the Florida page that I want to take some senior photos. Like I'm gonna be because I'm gonna be in town. Like I want to work. I want to make some money for like, this, that, and the other thing. And everyone's like, no, you don't. And I'm like, well, maybe I can just do TikTok lives. I was like, maybe I can just connect to people that way. Maybe I can do readings in the
Yes, of
mornings.
how you can take time for yourself away
Yeah.
and how important that is for that
I don't know if I
balance.
can. I don't know how to shut it off. I try
Yeah.
all the time. I'm like, okay, it's time to take a break. And then I'm like, okay, it's time to take a break. I'll sit on a chair and I'll relax for a few minutes. And then I'm like, oh no, wait. I'm like, oh, I gotta answer this message. I gotta answer this person back. Because number one thing I hate is when messages are left unanswered. Like I
Mhm.
hate that. So like I tell Kylie all the time, like you gotta just send him a message. Tell him we saw it. We'll get back to him as soon as we can. Don't let people hang. Like I just don't do that. I don't like it. I want people to know that like we're responding, but like we have some people that like don't like. I had a comment on my page the other day on one of my lives that said, um, my daughter messaged you 2 months ago and you have not responded to her yet. She's sick. She's like, oh, I guess the only thing that matters
Mm.
to you is the big ticket items like tattoos and group readings. I was like, how dare you? I was like, I wrote back. I don't ever write back. I said, how dare you? She commented on a post where I was giving 10 free readings away. Like we're doing this big group thing that like opened up the studio. So we're doing 12 people, well, 12. I announced 10, and now I'm gonna do for my top fans, like the top in Facebook, they have like the top contributors. I'm
Hmm.
picking two out of there for they don't even know about yet. So I'm doing like the so 12 people, and then I was like, how dare you comment on a post saying that I'm only about the money when I'm literally giving away 12 free readings to people that I don't even know. I was like, the reason I didn't put the reason I messaged back for private readings is because I didn't have space for private readings. I was like, now I have like 12 private readings like throughout the next like month and a half, like on top of all the groups, on top of all the tattoo stuff. I was like, how dare you? I was like you don't even know. Like I'm glad her daughter does not have the same name as her because I got a bad taste. Because I went back to all the things. I was trying to see who was the message, like if they had the same name. I thought I was just gonna ignore it. I'd be like, thanks to your mom, like I can't read you now because I have a
Mm.
bad sense of personnel, like who you are in my brain. Like I just can't do it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. People will project,
Yeah.
their feelings
Which I
for
was doing. I
sure.
probably shouldn't have projected my feelings. I was like, thank God. Thank God that you guys didn't have the same last name because like I just can't do it. It's like
Mm.
and then I said to Kylie, it's like I can't do that. I have to be fair. I
Yeah.
have to be like just kind of normal. Like if I can't judge people, I wouldn't want people judging me by my parents. I was like, not that my parents are bad. My parents were great people. They're the reason I am who I am today. And this is one of those choked up moments. But
Yeah.
it's just one of those things, like I wouldn't want them to judge me on that, and I wouldn't want to judge, like I don't want my kids being judged on me. And I said to my 5-year-old, I was like, hey Emerson, do you ever tell your teachers in school that your dad talks to dead people? And she's like, all the time. She's like, do you know my lunch lady, or my lunch lady knows you? And I was like, yeah, it's like we just read at her house like a couple of days ago. She's like, oh, I didn't know that. And then my oldest said to me, she's like, Dad, I was in class the other day, and I think it was chemistry teacher. She takes like advanced program classes. She's like, he makes me stand up in class and calls me to the front of the room, and he says, Chloe, is that your dad, the one on TikTok? The one on TikTok that reads people? And she's like, yes. And he's like, I love his stuff. I love watching him read people. And she's like, Dad, I thought I was getting yelled at for something. Like I was literally scared to death as I was walking up there and I did something wrong. And all he wanted to do was tell me he was a fan of yours. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that's how it's gonna be. But yeah, it's fun. Laugh it off and move on.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm sure I'm sure that's making an impact on your kids, even if they don't know it. in the moment.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Watching you be confident and go out into the world and do this.
Like my
It's
Emerson
not
asked if I could
easy.
teach her. She's my 5 year old. She said to one day, she's like, Dad, how old are you? And I told her, and she's like calculating in her head. She's like, oh, so when I'm in high school, you're probably going to be in heaven. So, so I was like, she's like, but can I still talk to you? Like, can we communicate? And I was like, yes, just not the way that you think you're going to communicate with me. Like, I'll still give you messages, I'll still hear you, but like, we're going to communicate on a different level. She's like, when you start teaching me, so she wants me to start teaching her how like to connect and read and stuff like that. So I thought it was funny. I was like, because I worry about how old I am versus how young my kids are.
Hmm.
So like, there's that big age gap there. I'm like, oh my goodness, like I'm looking for health or life insurance now. I'm trying to like everything just kind of hit full circle. I'm like immortality, kind of like, oh my goodness, like this is gonna happen like
Yeah, I feel
someday.
like it does. I know once I hit like 36, 36, it was like, okay,
Yeah.
we're on the other side of life here, and things start to um
Well, that's what
yeah,
I
get a
was
little
sitting here
bit more
talking to
attention.
somebody and I said to it was I think she was like 69, 70, something like that. She's like, at this point, I just accept it, move on. Every day I wake up is another day and I move forward. If it happens tonight, it happens
Mhm.
tonight. If it happens tomorrow, it happens tomorrow. She's like, I'm ready to go. I made peace with it. And she's like,
Yeah.
when you get to my age, it doesn't even matter anymore. She's like, only people that are younger worry about death is more than older generations. Because she's like,
Yeah.
when was the last time you ever heard somebody in their 90s say that they were excited to still live? Like she's like, you
Mm.
don't. She's like, everyone's like in their 90s are like, think they forgot about us. Like they forgot about us. In fact, my high school girlfriend used to sitting there and she's like, Frank, she's like, we'd be sitting there at a picnic or something. She's like, Frank, she's like, I think God forgot about me. She was in her 90s. She's like, I think God forgot about
Oh.
me. She's like, I just want to go home and see my husband. She's like,
Hmm.
I just want to go home and see my husband. I love him so much. And I'm just sitting down here waiting, like, God, can you just please call my number? Like, pull my number. I'm ready to go home. So,
Mm.
like, that was just kind of conversations like her and I would have. Like, and I think that's true. Like, people just get to that point where, like, you start to like lose function in your body, and like you
Yeah,
start to
they're ready.
Mm.
like you're going through that whole stage where stuff hurts like all the time,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
you're
Hmm.
ready to get that crossing over with and moving
Yeah.
on, and especially like if like nobody really knows, but like I know, and you know, and like that there is something else here. Like, what is it? I really hope that we're just like all chilling out, painting, and like doing crazy stuff, and like we're just loving each other and letting like everything pass by without time as a worry.
Hmm. I agree.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Well, thank you so much again for joining us. I look forward to watch your journey, and
Thanks.
we'll definitely put in the description section where everybody can find you again. And yeah, just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'll keep pushing forward.
absolutely.
Yep.
All
And
right,
we'll check in
everybody.
too from time to time to see how you're doing. And you'll
Hmm.
probably see us pop in on different
Yeah, I've been watching the podcast. I went through there and watched a few of them.
Oh, thank
Like the
you.
editing is phenomenal. Like it's just
Oh,
like
thank
I was
you.
like, holy man, like this is great. Like just like the whole concept of everything. I was like, it's like this is great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
she does a
appreciate you
great job.
watching.
Yeah. That's what I
Absolutely.
keep telling Kylie. I said like, and everyone here, I was like, I'm gonna do these podcasts, and then someday I'm gonna be on Joe Rogan. Like it's going to happen. Like I know it's gonna happen. Like it's sitting right there, like the ultimate podcast, like the Joe Rogan podcast. And
Mm,
because like I get into all the conspiracy stuff too. Like I can talk
Hmm.
forever
yes.
about conspiracies and aliens. Like I love aliens. I love Bigfoot. I'm just aliens. Just use my telepathic abilities to communicate communicate with humanity. Let's make this work.
I
Oh,
know,
So
good. We'll
right?
have to do another show.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
because
I
think
we
love.
Joe Rogan's
definitely.
ready for you.
That's what I said. I'm like so on the alien thing. I'm like every night I walk out to like just whatever. I like or get home late. I'm like, are you there yet? Are you ready to take me home? Like what's going on? Like like is the aliens coming? Can you like tell me a message through my brain, through telekinesis or telekinetic, so I can tell humanity like it's time. Like let's make this happen.
Hmm.
I know, right? I think we're all kind of waiting for the answers to the universe to come up. Like we
Yeah.
waited, we've felt like we've waited long enough.
I'm tired of hiding and people, I'm tired of like the hierarchy hiding stuff from us. Like, what are they hiding? Like, what are they scared of? Like, I'll tell you what they're scared of. They're scared of us knowing, knowing too much that we are in control. Like when they lose
Hmm.
control, then when they lose control, they're gonna lose control. Like it's gonna be an uprising. It's just gonna be like
Hmm.
a societal like bliss, and we're gonna start to go back to where Mother Earth mattered and like the sunrise mattered and sunset mattered and the moon mattered and all that stuff. Like we're gonna have connection again. And I feel like we're not connected. Like a lot of us are,
Yeah.
like a lot of us are, but like the majority of us are not connected like we could be. And if our consciousness could connect and stay connected, we'd be unstoppable as a species, a human race.
And that's what they don't want.
Yes, because I firmly believe like prayer circles work. I believe in Reiki circles, like that kind of stuff, like energy working and collective consciousness working. But one person doesn't believe in that circle, it's not going to work.
Mm.
There's that, you go to church and they have the prayer groups and the all that kind of stuff. Like, there's always that one person in there that's thinking like, "Oh, I got to pay the mortgage," and they're not paying attention. Like it's not like
Mhm.
they're not trying to like set the message out. Like group
Yeah,
meditation, I think group
weakest link.
meditation, yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah, it's proven. There's a book called The Power of Eight, where if a group of eight people focus in on the same intention, it's proven, like scientifically proven, that a change happens.
yeah, I can totally believe that.
Hmm.
That's why
So,
I believe in the zodiacs and all that stuff too. Like, so I always said like there's 12 zodiacs. Like if you can get all 12 in one room and meditate with them, what would happen? Like everything would kind of you would
yeah,
have all.
I know I've never thought of that. That would
So
be
I have a whole
really
theory on
interesting.
that. Like you go back to like Jesus and his disciples. Like he had 12 disciples. Like, did he use them as an amplifier? Was he like, sit in the middle and then like, he tapped into Aquarius over here and he tapped into Capricorn and then all of a sudden he's like doing all this crazy stuff and he's communicating straight to God. Like it's like this whole like thing. Like this is how my brain like reacts. Like I'm just like there's a constant like download of information. I'm like they're like
Hmm.
just try this, see if it works for you. So I think I might try it. Like I'm gonna message and try to get like
That's a
12 people.
fascinating concept. I've
Like
really
maybe I'll
never
channel
come
something.
across
Like
it.
maybe I'll channel something that's like divine.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Maybe it won't be so divine, and maybe we'll just all sit here and laugh about it. Who knows? But either way, I constantly say that. Like I think you have to have the right vibrational like level to make this work.
Hmm.
So like, am I there now? Maybe not. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Maybe 5 years from now I will be, and I'll get the messages that were meant to channel through me.
Hmm.
So, because like I do like to channel, like I don't really put that out there, but I do like to just let them kind of speak through me. Like,
Hmm.
like it's
Yeah.
it's kind of more crazy than just being psychic medium. Like you're like blah, 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 blah. So don't give the world all of me all at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll have to come
A
back to
little bit
that
of
later and hear
little bit
more
of
of the
crazy at a
stories
time.
on that.
Yeah, but I've
Definitely
always
looking
thought the
forward to it.
amplifier, like
See what
that was an
kind of
amplifier.
channeled messages that you have maybe for the world when you're ready.
I was joking around with Kylie, and I was like, just wait. I was like, I'm gonna hit like 50. So every 16 years, something crazy would happen to me. So whatever 40 or whatever the 16th year would be, I was like, you're gonna roll over. I'm gonna have a cloak on with a long beard, and my hair is gonna be gray, and I'm just gonna have a stick, and I'm gonna roll over and go, it's time. And she's like, shut up. I'm like, no, for real. I was like, I'm gonna walk in here like Moses and be like, it's time. She's like, you're crazy.
Hmm.
You never know. Maybe you're
Yeah,
predicting the future at the moment.
yeah, I'm an old haired gray guy.
Just tapping in there to some other timeline,
Yeah,
you know?
yep,
Well, it'll be fascinating to touch base with you and see where that all goes. Maybe your beard by then will be white.
yeah, maybe.
All right, Frank. Well, again, thank you so much, and we look forward to following your journey. And so now's the time I want to thank everyone who's tapping in to listen to another episode of the Sleeping Lotus podcast. Stephanie and I are always so grateful for any of the likes, follows, and comments because it helps our show get out there more. So please do that if you feel drawn to. And we definitely want to hear more from our listeners. Maybe there's a topic that you want to hear from. We'd be happy to know that and possibly bring that to you in the future. So, all right, everybody, until next time, have a wonderful week and thank you for tuning in. Bye bye.
Thanks, Frank.